Richician.
Hey YouTube, Richician84 here, and welcome to Q&A number 154. Let's kick it off, because there's a lot of questions this time, unlike last time. First three are from Gunnar. 1. What would you like to see as Red Eye support, and what would you give them? Well, it's hard to say specifically, but one answer I would definitely say, which I think I can speak for everyone when I say, give us support that doesn't have bullshit, unnecessary restrictions. Like a lot of the stuff we've got so far, like Red Eye's fusion stopping us summoning anything, or Blackstone of Legend, only special summoning level 7 or lower Red Eye's monsters. I mean, I suppose to be fair, they did that to stop Red Eye's Darkness Metal Dragon being summoned that easily, but still, I don't think that really matters anymore, considering it's been errated. One support card I would give them is another fusion spell. Maybe something like, it would be called Reverse Red Eye's Fusion, which basically functions like a Miracle Fusion or a Parallel World Fusion, but it would put the materials that are among the graveyard or the banished zone back into the deck and bring out one of the Red Eye's fusion monsters. Then again, I guess it would be another annoying way to bring out Dragoon really easily. So if there was such a spell, then surely Konami would have to ban Dragoon at that point, since it's just OP as fuck. I mean, I don't agree with anyone who says that it's bad. I mean, how is it bad? I mean, it has fuck all weaknesses and negates everything and is too easy to summon. Anyway, back on topic though. Or maybe alternatively, they could have their own version of Favourite Contact, which shuffles the materials from anywhere back into the deck and brings out a fusion. What a Red Eye's fusion monster that is. That could be really good, for sure. Maybe they could have like its own version of Five-Headed Dragon or Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. I don't know if there should be a Red Eyes Ultimate Dragon. I mean, I know that's sort of been a fan idea since like the mid-2000s, but I'm just not sure about that. I mean, maybe it could. But yeah, we could give it like another fusion monster that has targeting and destruction immunity, and maybe have it on a similar level to a Quintet Magician in a way, where it also can't be tributed or used as a fusion material. So like that would make it incredible. But yeah, obviously don't make it a negate, because I for one am sick and tired of Konami bringing out monsters that negate everything. There's enough as it is. I guess you could have a field wiping effect, plus some big burn effects, like if it destroys any monsters, inflict damage to the opponent equal to the one with the highest attack. I think that would make it fair, rather than just burn for all monsters. Like, that would be a bit too much. I can't think what other main deck support you could give Red Eyes, really, since there's a lot of cards they can play already. Yeah, it's tricky. That's literally all I can think of. 2. Do you know the fact that Joey and Yugi never duelled in the manga in Duelist Kingdom? It was a filler in the anime. Yes, I did know that. I've never read the manga, but someone already told me this. I can't remember who told me though. But yeah, that's really interesting that they didn't duel in the manga. Would have made sense if the storyline was basically the same. 3. I believe we get Harpy support next year. Do you believe it would be somewhat mixed with Joey Wheeler's monster cards? I'm not so sure, but it's a possibility, considering. I mean, they do low-key like each other. Joey did use Cyber Harpy and Harpy's Feather Duster in the duel with the Big Five, along with the fact that Joey and Mai duelled 3 times. So it would make sense if Harpy's mixed with either the Flame Swordsman archetype or Red Eyes cards. But then again, it's hard to really say what more Konami could give Harpies, since they've got plenty of support already, and I feel like they're catching up with Dark Magician and Blue Eyes White Dragon, like, in terms of monsters that have way too much support. But that's just me. Next questions are from Matt and Alison Welch. 1. With Gungner's question on possible Harpy Lady support in the future, would you like to see this support in a new structure deck? The Joey support with Harpy Lady would be cool, since Mai has shown to have feelings for Joey. I feel like we could possibly see a Harpy structure deck. I know we kind of did with the Lord of the Storm structure deck, but not really. I mean, there were some Harpy cards, but I feel like it was more to support Smorg, Bird of Divinity. Wait, that was the name of that boss monster in that structure deck, right? I think it was. But no, a pure Harpy structure deck would be amazing. Or I guess it could come in a core set. But no, a Harpy structure deck would be good. And yeah, Harpies are pretty simple to play. Of course, I say that and I haven't played with them that much. The closest was my Onomatopoeia a character deck. The protagonist of the series that X Stevens did. But yeah, but even then I had to keep reading a lot of cards, since I wasn't very familiar with the newer stuff. But no, once you read through everything, it is pretty simple, and I guess it would be a cool way to get new people interested in the game. Most probably. yeah, even if you could mix some Joey cards in, it'll be interesting to see if Konami does that. 2. This may sound weird, but what would the odds be if Yugi and Taya got support mixed together in a structure deck? I'd say the odds would be quite slim. There's, well, I mean, it's possible, considering Taya used some similar cards to Yugi and played Dark Magician Girl at one time. But I feel like maybe her monsters could get some retrains and upgraded forms, just like Mahavilo did a little while ago, and Magician of Faith. Uh, yeah, I'm not sure if anything will be mixed here. 3. Who would you consider to be the true hero of time? A. Link from Legend of Zelda. B. Marty McFly. C. The Terminator. Or D. All of the above? That's a very difficult question to answer, especially considering I'm not too familiar with Link. I think I've only played like one Legend of Zelda game, and I did watch that cartoon that was on, involving Link and Zelda. I can't remember the name of it exactly, but it's the one where one of Link's common catchphrases is, "Well, excuse me, princess." Oh, someone must know what cartoon I'm on about. But yeah, I think I did watch that a lot when I was a kid. The true hero of time. Oh, that's such a tough one. Has Link even been involved in time travel plots? I'm assuming he has been, considering the question you're asking. Yeah, this is really tough. But I think, though, as much as I like the Terminator, I'd probably say Marty McFly. Considering like everything he's done in the Back to the Future franchise. Whereas, well, the Terminator, or at least the reprogrammed ones, sort of work together with John Connor, Sarah Connor, Catherine Brewster, even Kyle Reese in Genesis. I know Genesis isn't exactly everyone's favourite Terminator movie, but I suppose my only complaint about Genesis was the fact that John Connor was made into a bad guy. I know other people had their complaints about it as well, but other than that, I still enjoyed it for what it was. And then, of course, there was in Dark Fate, he worked alongside Grace, Sarah Connor again, and what was the girl's name? Oh crap! I actually forgot. I mean, it's been a while since I watched Dark Fate, and what the? Sorry, I just had a funny message pop up on Messenger. Um, I'm actually just quickly gonna um, look up the name of the other character. Why can't I remember what it is? I need to look it up because this is really bugging me. Danny! That was her name. Right, anyway, I'm digressing again. But yeah, Marty McFly's my answer. Then this next one's not really a question, but I'll read it out anyway. The Naser Laser says, you should repost the old Yu-Gi-Oh! Rants that I found you from. They were awesome. Not really a question, but thanks for the compliment. I mean, technically, I did redo some of the rants from before already. Uh, about, well, in the form of top fives, that is. The trading rant and the Yu-Gi-Oh! Pet Peeves rant. And then, of course, I incorporated the trade rant into a comedy skit. Still need to get around to doing a comedy skit for my dueling pet peeves. I'm trying to remember if there were any other ones I redid, but I don't think there were. Unless, of course, you count rants about ban lists that I ranted about before, which again was in the form of a top 10. Because yeah, I did a top 10 list of my most hated ban lists ever. So that's the closest thing. But other than that, I'm just not sure about redoing those old rants. I've been trying to remember what I did rant about beforehand. I know there was that one about meta decks and side decks, which was sort of a follow-up to a rant that Neo Nexodus started, and then me, Notu Lord of Light, before she became Inkweaver, Kayla Shade and Emma Blue Eyes 10 sort of did follow-ups to that, and then there was one about net decking. Then there was a singular one about side decks. I think that was it. But I don't know about redoing those. I mean, I generally I just don't know if I can be bothered with like that many Yu-Gi-Oh! Rants, especially considering that I don't play competitively anymore. Plus, nor do I play the normal current format, so I don't really see the point in those, really. I mean, I generally prefer not to do rant videos if I can help it. As well, I know they're not exactly everyone's favourite cup of tea, and they can be a bit negative. Of course, that being said, there have been rants about bad years that I've had, and I usually end up doing those when I've just been pushed to the limit and just need to vent my frustration. I know it would be better, like, doing it, like, in person with someone I know, or, like, over Messenger or something. But sometimes, I can't help but feel the need to vent my frustrations in a video. In fact, back in July, I actually did film a rant video about this year 2024 so far, but I haven't uploaded it, and I'm still umming and ahhing about whether or not to upload it. I'm a little unsure about that. I don't know whether to do it or redo it later on if other shitty things happen, or just start a full-on rant about the whole year and then put the video I did in July in that video, if that makes sense. I'm just not sure. I mean, I can upload that rant, even though I filmed it in July, like, if you guys really want me to, but yeah, other than that, I just generally prefer not to go over this, not to do rant videos, really. Especially since I like to think of myself as an internetainer and online comedian, and I want to put out entertaining videos and funny videos and just have us all have a good laugh, even though that's what I mainly try to do with this channel anyway. Next question is from John Cross. What are your thoughts on both Guardian Chimera and Appaloosa, both the goddess? It's funny you should ask about Appaloosa, and then a few days later she gets banned. But yeah, I do like Guardian Chimera, actually. It's a very cool fusion monster, and one of the best generic fusions ever. In fact, it's even got to a point where I'm playing it in multiple decks now. First I played it in my cat deck, because it's something it can make, especially if I'm under the condition of obedience schooled. But then I decided to put it in a few other of my decks. Now, I don't know if you saw in one of my Grand Championship spin-off series, but I did also put this card in my Rainbow Neos deck, and who knows, it might just be in a couple of my other decks. I'll just have to wait and see. But, yeah, I do really enjoy it. Playing Guardian Chimera when I can, just popping cards and drawing cards, depending on where the materials were fused from. I mean, I know not a lot of people are keen on it, exactly, but, I mean, to be fair, there are worse boss monsters. And as for Appaloosa, Appaloosa's a very good generic Link 4, and I guess too good according to Konami. And some of the Yu-Gi-Oh players out there, she is a bit ridiculous, and did get a bit ridiculous in the end. I'm gonna turn the light on. Sorry, it's getting a bit dark in here. There we are. And yeah, too easy to summon. The effect isn't once per turn. Yeah, it just proved to be too much of a card that just stops someone from being able to play. I mean, like, the card by itself just shuts down half of someone's deck, which just isn't fun for anyone. I mean, like I said in the ban list reaction I did on Team Sorcerers, she was already auto-banned on the Richician format ban list, but I'm pretty sure I copied that from either the Yu-Gi-Oh! 2.5 ban list or the Minor League ban list. Can't remember which one it was, but yeah, Appaloos are way too good. I mean, if her effect was once per turn, then it wouldn't be so bad. But yeah, it was definitely her time to go. The next 5 questions are from my good friend Express Gaming. 1. Would you rather be a hamster or a butterfly? Depends who lives longer, really. Because I know hamsters typically live for 3 years, but I don't know the lifespan of a butterfly. I mean, if I was a hamster, I would receive a lot of love from humans, but if I'm not careful and end up getting out of the cage, I could get chased by a cat and maybe eaten, which wouldn't be pleasant. I don't think hamsters can even outrun a cat, whereas butterflies are sort of more free, and can just go wherever. I don't know. I guess maybe I'd rather be a butterfly just because I generally feel safer. Even though there's not much that butterflies eat, and I'm a big eater. 2. Would you rather be Van Helsing or James Bond? Wow, that's another tough one, since both are very cool. Yeah, both of them get in life or death situations. I mean, let's see. Van Helsing deals with supernatural monsters. James Bond deals with criminals. But obviously has to follow certain procedures. I don't know, because I do like to dress smart, but then again, just in general, I dress in a similar way to Van Helsing. I suppose I'd rather be James Bond, just because criminals are statistically easier to deal with than supernatural monsters. Plus, he has all the fancy gadgets, gets all the ladies. Not that I need the ladies, of course, because I'm very happy with Emma. But anyway, and yeah, that's my pick. 3. Would you rather be Mr. Monopoly Man or Mr. Pringles Man? Pringles. Um, just so I can eat my own product. And yeah, what can I say? I just love Pringles. I mean, I do like Monopoly as well, but I enjoy Pringles even more. Um, and yeah, once you pop, you just can't stop eating them. 4. Would you rather be able to feel pain or no pain? Um, I mean, no pain, obviously. Nobody wants to feel it. Then again, there is one upside to pain, and that is, like, it's a warning that something's wrong with your body. I mean, it wouldn't be pleasant, but at least something could be done about it. But then again, though, if you're not able to feel pain, I'm trying to think if there's another way that your body could warn you if something's wrong. So yeah, that's a tough one to think about. I don't know, maybe I should change my answer. Yeah, maybe I should change it to feel pain, because like I said, it can be a warning that something's wrong with your body, and at least there are ways to treat said pain and make it pass, depending on what it is. 5. Would you rather be the Joker or Herbert the Pervert? Ooh. Again, that's another tough one. Be the Clown Prince of Crime or a perverted old man? Yeah, this is annoyingly tricky because neither of them have good intentions, and I generally like to think of myself as a more heroic figure. But I suppose if I did want to pick, it would have to be the Joker, as yeah, the things that Herbert thinks are a bit messed up. Even other criminals think that those sorts of thoughts are really messed up. I mean, yeah, the Joker is psychotic as fuck, but you know, I'm pretty sure he does have some limits. Especially when it comes to Batman. He just doesn't take pleasure in doing anything bad if Batman's not around. So yeah, that's that. And the last 2 questions are from, excuse me, Weber's 5. 1. My Masters 8 returns next week. Which top player would you like to see for round 1 feature? Carlton, me, Steve, or Sam? I can DM decks if it'll help with the decisions. Um, well, I guess it would depend on what Steve's playing these days, because obviously I know you're on Endymion, Carlton's on Infernoids, and from what I saw last week, Sam was playing Voiceless Voice. Um, I mean, I would be interested to know what Steve is playing. Um, Otherwise, my decision, at least for now, is you, my friend. Just because of Team Sorcerer's bias. So, yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. And finally, question 2. Well, what's the most number of times you took advantage of your opponent's cards or effects in one turn, either by directly taking a monster to your field or using one of their effects to benefit you? Mine is 6. God, that's a really tough one to answer. Um, Considering I've played many duels in all the 21 years that I've played this game. The most number. I'm pretty sure it's just 1. I mean, I guess maybe it would be 2. If you count this one occasion, which I'm pretty sure did happen, which is where I used my number 11 Big Eye to take an opponent's Big Eye. I feel like that's something I did do against someone, but I can't remember who this would have been against and when this happened. Or would that count as just 1? I'm not too sure. So I guess my answer is either only 1 or 2. To the best of my memory. Another time would be in the Battle Royal I had with Neonexodus, Ojama Scapegoat User, and Mr. Sasuke Dragon when I first went to Margate, and we had that 5-way Battle Royale, whereas Scapegoat User and Ojama did get taken out, and I took the field and I tried to use Heavy Storm. Mr. Sasuke Dragon activated Starlight Road, got out Stardust Dragon. I brought out Shining Flare Wingman, and then I normal summoned Stratos, and since I had Shining Flare Wingman and Ocean on the field, I was able to pop 2 back rows, which was one on Mr. Sasuke Dragon's side and one on Neonexodus' side. Now, I don't know why he didn't try to use Stardust Dragon's effect to negate Stratos' effect. It would have got it off the field, but then again, I had my Stardust Dragon on the field as well, so I could have used mine to negate his. The reason why I had a Stardust Dragon alongside some Elemental Heroes is because I was still playing Legendary Hero at the time. So I guess it wouldn't have mattered. So had it come to that, I guess the most number would have been 2 in that situation. Because But yeah, as far as I remember, I don't think I did it 3 or more times. But, yeah, it's bloody Siren. Yeah, with so many duels I've had over the last 21 years, it's hard to remember exactly. But yeah, two. I'm just gonna say like one or two. Most likely two. That's my answer. And that's it for questions in this episode. Thank you very much for your guys' questions. Very cool ones as always. And if you have any other questions you want to ask me, post them in the comments section down below. And remember, I do these episodes every Tuesday afternoon or evening, UK time. So be sure to get your questions in before then so that you don't miss out. Thanks again, stay safe, and I'll catch you guys later. See ya. Thank you very much for watching. Be sure to subscribe to the Richician YouTube channel.